יהפכו כל המים אשר ביאור לדום. אומר רב אובים הלוי ברבי. ממקס דום העשירו ישראל. Yidden made a lot of business with מקס דום. כיצד? המצרי בישראל בבייס איכות. והגיגז מלאו מים. והמצרי הולך למלויס הקיטון מתוכו. מויצו מלאו דום. וישראל שויסה מים מתוך הגיגז. והמצרי אומר לו, תן לי ביותך מעט מים. ונויסן לו, ונעשה דום. ואומר לו, נשתני באתו מן הכאורו אחס. וישראל שויסה מים ומצרי דום. וכשאויו לקח מישראל בדומים, hoye shoyse mayim. Mikan he'eshiru Yisrael. Through the nace of Makas Dam, we made domim, money. There was a nace of Dam, and through that nace, Yisrael became wealthy. Every Mitzri for 7 days had to buy money for any price from the Yidden. But this is very difficult to understand. We have a Gemara in Meseches Taanis that a person should refrain from making money on henna from a Maase Nissim. The Gemara says that Shmuel was makbit not to go next to a weak wall because of Sakonas Nefoshos. If a nes will happen to him, they will be menachot, take away from his zechuyos min hashomayim. Taanis chov med beis. The same Gemara, Daf Chov Daled med beis. Shmuel had a grandson whose name was Mory, and he was standing next to the Nehar Papo, and he saw sailors that were really malachim, angels, filling up the sphinois with sand, and that sand turned into kemach soiles. People came to buy, and Rav Mory told them, do not buy this kemach. This kemach is not real. It's maase נסים. Wait till tomorrow, real chitim will come from Parzino. Rashi explains, you have to be misrachek from Maase Nissim. The Choyra, this Gemara in Taanis, does not agree with the Midrash of Makas Dam. In Taanis, Daf Chov Daled Omed Aleph, we have the same story with Rav Elozor ish brata. He gave all the money they had put away for his daughter's chasana, and he used it to marry off Yesoimim. And he had only one zuz left, one coin. From that coin, he bought chitim. He put it away in a room. And that chitim turned into a nes, and the whole room filled up with chitim. It was such a great nes that he could have sold the chitim and from the profit marry off his daughter nicely. Instead, he took the entire sale of chitim and he said, it should be hekdesh, and my daughter should not be neheno. It is maase nisim. So we have 3 stories. Shmuel, Mory, the grandson of Shmuel, and Rav Elozor ish brata. They did not want to be neheno from maase nisim. They were afraid that they're going to be menachot mizichyosom in oilom habo. There's another Gemara. Daf Chov Daled Omed Beis, Chov Hey Omed Aleph. Kol ha'oilom kulo nizom b'shvil Chanina beni, v'Chanina beni dayo b'kaf charuvin me'erev Shabbos le'erev Shabbos. He didn't have bread, and his wife used to be mechamem, heat up the oven every erev Shabbos and put something that smokes inside, so that the neighbors should think that she has what to cook. Lekovat Shabbos. She had a bad neighbor that asked her, why do you put in the oven when you don't have what to cook? And she knocked on the door, and the Rebbetzin from Boishes, she ran into the inner room. And the next happened that the Shchenta saw the tanur completely full with bread, and the areva full of dough. And the Shechina told the Rebbetzin, come out, the bread is burning. So she came out and she says, yeah, I know. I was getting a utensil to be able to take out the bread. In other words, she faked it out. She was melumedes benisim, the Gemara says. So she told her husband, Rabbi Chanina Ben Dosa, how long do we have to suffer? What should we do? Let's be mispalel for an ace. He was mispalel, and a hand came down with a foot of a table made out of gold, enough to support themselves for the rest of their lives. In a cholam they saw how they're sitting in oilom haba with a table missing 1 foot. Everybody has a 3-foot table and they have a 2-foot table. They have to balance it. So he told her, would you like to sit in such a table in oilom haba? So she said, no, give it back. And it was mispalel, and they took back with Hon Shomayim that foot of the table. And the Gemara says the second nes was bigger than the first nes, because we have a Kabbalah from Shomayim they don't take back. So you see from this Gemara, you're not supposed to be in the henna from Maase Nis. We have another Gemara in Masechta Brachos, Daf Hey Omed Beis. Rav Huna had 400 barrels of wine, a huge amount of wine. It all turned sour. It became vinegar. Went to ask the Chachomim, why did this happen to me? So they asked him, he should do a cheshbon nefesh. And Lebesoiv was inspired that Rav Huna didn't give his orders that work in his vineyard vineyard, the Zemoris, he's supposed to pay him. So the wine turned into vinegar. Right away he did tshuva, he paid, and something happened. What happened? The machloikes. One shita holds, a nes happened, and the vinegar turned back into wine. Maase Nisim. The other shita says no. The vinegar became expensive, and he was able to sell it for the price of wine. What is the machlokes? The machlokes is if you're allowed to be nehenop from Maase Nisim. The shita that says that the vinegar became expensive holds you're not allowed to be nehenop from Maase Nisim. Meidach Gisa we find that Yidden and Midbar ate from a Maase Nisim. Moshe Rabbeinu, Aharon, everybody ate from Maase Nisim. The Mon, the Chida Asakashe. Why is eating from the Mon not a Maase Nisim? And he wants to say with Derech Trush that this is exactly what Klal Yisrael asked Moshe Rabbeinu. Vayomru ish el ochif Mon hu, ki lo yodo ma hu. Are you allowed to be nehene from Maase Nisim or not? Vayom Moshe Lehem. The Eibishter is paying us up for the lechem that Avrohom Avinu gave the Malachim. So now the Malachim are given back to us. Another answer, this Pekuach Nefesh, there's nothing what to eat in the Midrash. Pekuach Nefesh is doiche. The Yad Rebbe wants to say, a nez that is made for the tzibur, entire tzibur, is not considered Isur Nehenu b'Maase Nisim. B'Meilo, the Mon was mutter because it was a nez for entire tzibur. With this, he answered, the same thing is with the dam. The dam was a nez for the entire tzibur. Another teretz is, they really did not have enough from Maase Nisim. They were collecting the money that Mitzrayim owed them for the work. When Elisha came to the Shunamith and he made the nest with the shemen, she was able to pay back her choives. Was she allowed to be nehena from Maase Nisim? Is the Machne Chaim was to say, all she did was Priyas Bal Choiv. She did a mitzvah Priyas Bal Choiv. She didn't take anything extra for herself. The same kasha, how did they put in the pit of Maktoiris Melach Sedoimis, a Melach from Sedoim? Sedoim became Melach through a nes. How can you be nehena from Maase Nisim? The answer is mitzvahs, lav, lehenas, nitnu. And he brings a raya from Avrohom Avinu. When he had the milchoma with the Arba Molochim, he threw offer. The Gemara says in Sanhedrin that the offer turned into chitzim, and he won the war. The Melech Sedom wanted to pay him back. He said, "Michut vasroch nar. I'm not taking anything. The only thing I'm taking is for Eshkol, One, Umamre." Why was he allowed to take for them? For yourself, you're allowed to be machmir. But for somebody else, you can be machmir. For the tzibur, you cannot be machmir. The same thing the Gemara says in Menachoth, Samech Tezamet Beis. If chitim come from Shomayim, can you use it for Shtey Halechem? What's a shaila? Nehenem b'Maase Nisim. The answer is, for the tzibur, there's no nehenem b'Maase Nisim. Ubefrat a mitzvah laf nehenes nitnu. In Masechta Psochim, Lav Nun Gimel Amud Aleph in the Mishnah, Mokom shenohogu le'echol tzli b'vleil Psochim oichlim. Omer Rabbi Yehuda, Omer Rav, אוסור לו לאדם שיאמר בוסר זה לפסח הוא. מפני שנראה כמקדש בהמתו. We are not allowed to eat kochim בחוץ. בזמן הזה, you're not to say that this bosser is going to be for Pesach, but it sounds like you're making a korban Pesach. Gmor Zakasha Meise Rabbi Yosef. Todos ish Roimi. There was a person called Todos who was manhi kebenei Roimi, the people of Roim, to eat gediyim mekulosim beleilel psochim, to eat the gedi of the night of Seder of Pesach, just like they ate in the times of the Beis Hamikdash, and it looks like kochim. Sholchu the Chachom sent to him, ilemole todos ato. If not because you're a choshev person, todos, kozronu alecho nidu, you could be put in cherem. Shatu machil es Yisrael kochim bechutz. Looks like you are being machil Yisrael kochim chutz the Beis Hamikdash in Aratu. Now the Gemara has a clear. Why wasn't he put in cherem? Because he was a Talmud Chacham, or because he was a Ish Ba'al Agrofim, a powerful person. It's a machlokes in the Gemara. Toshma, Todos Ish Roimi used to darshan that Hananiah, Shoel, Bazariah made a Kal Vachomer from Tzefardeh, and with that they jump into the Kif Shonaresh, Mesiras Nefesh. Rabbi Yosef bar Rabbi Omer, he was Matil Melei, the kis shel Talmidei Chachomim, Hoyo. Used to send money to the Talmidei Chachomim, and that's his maila. What is the machlokes if Todos was able to explain the Kal Vachomer that Hananiah, Mishol, Bazario made from the Tzefardeh, or there was no Kal Vachomer? There's a machlokes in the Gemara, Fatal HaTzefardeh, it was one Tzefardeh or many Tzefardeh? Rabbi Akiva, Rav Elozor ben Azariah. Rabbi Akiva says one Tzefardeh, and they beat up that Tzefardeh, and more Tzefardeh came out from one Tzefardeh. Rabbi Elozor ben Azariah says, Rabbi Akiva, Ma lo chetzel agodo, kale de borecho, beklach etzel negoim v'holos. Stop darshaning and go to negoim v'holos. Tzefardeh means many, like Rashi says. Tzefardeh is the mean, or one Tzefardeh, call many Tzefardehs to come. So there's a machlokes between Rabbi Akiva and Rav Elozor ben Azariah. If the tzivui of the Tzefardeh to go into the Tanurim wasn't one Tzefardeh that became many Tzefardeh, or the Tzefardeh didn't have any specific tzivui, some of the Tzefardeh should go to the Tanur. According to Rabbi Akiva, all of them had a mitzvah because the tzivui was on one. And according to Rav Elozor ben Azariah, there was no specific mitzvah in each tzefardeh to go into the fire. According to Rav Elozor ben Azariah, you could make a kalbuchoimer from tzefardeh, that they were not mitzvah and they still went to Kiddush Hashem. According to Rabbi Akiva, there is no kalbuchoimer from tzefardeh because tzefardeh had a tzivui to go in the fire also. So that's the machlokes between the Tanakama and Rabbi Yosef. Tanakama said, Todos Ishroimi was a Talmud Chochem, he darshened a drosha gemura. Because he held, like Rabbi Elozor ben Azariah, not every tzefardeh had a tzivui. Rabbi Yosef bar Ovin says, no, I hold like Rabbi Akiva. There was only one tzefardeh, and that tzefardeh had a tzivui to go into the fire. Melo, there is no kal v'chomer to Hanani Mishol Bazar. Melo, you have to say the reason why Todos Ishroimi was a Odom Choshuv, because he gave tzedakah, did not have a good rosh. There is a stira in Posuk. One place says that Tzefardeh died, and the other place says that Tzefardeh was sent back to the Ye'or. The Midrash says a very interesting thing, that the only Tzefardeh that survived was the Tzefardeh that was moiser nefesh into the fire. And the Kli Yoker wants to say that was exactly what Hanani Mishol V'Azariah learned from Tzefardeh, that you are moiser nefesh in the fire, the soif is going to be that you're going to survive. The Sechte Sanhedrin says that after Hanani, Mishol, V'Azariah were saved, all the Umas Oilam came and beat up our Toifech, the Yisrael that were Oivdei Avodah Zorah. Take a look how great your God is, that He saves you from the fire and you still are an Oivdei Avodah Zorah. In Yalkut says that Nebuchadnezzar was very upset at the Oivdei Avodah Zorah, says, you want to destroy me like Mitzrayim was destroyed because the Oivdei Avodah Zorah, and he shechted 600,000 people. So just like the Tzefardeh that jumped into the fire was saved, the same thing, Hanani Mishol V'Azariah was saved, and those who were Oivdei Avodah Zorah were not. Rabbi Akiva from Nasera Eruge Malchus was taken to Hariga, and he said the posuk, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. The Tzefardeh says the posuk, Baruch Shem Kivoet Malchuso Le'olam Voet. The posuk of Mesiras Nefesh. The Midrash learns, Vayitzberu Oisam Chomorim Chomorim, and says in posuk, Hamamit Osav Asoro Chomorim, Michon Somchu Chachomim Leminyan Tzibur Shehu Asoro. We have a hekesh from the word tzibur by the chomorim of the tzefardeh and the word chomorim by the Slav. Nowadays says hasoro. From here we learn a tzibur is 10. What's the hemshech? The answer is, the Gemara says in Sanhedrin that by Kiddush Hashem you need asoro, 10 people. Otherwise there's no din of Yehoreg Bel Yavar. And by Hanani Mishol V'Azariah they learn from the Tzefardeh, the din from Yehoreg Bel Yavar. So from here we learn has to be in front of asoro. What is Tzefardeh? There is a deyo brought by the Even Ezra that some say it's a crocodile, but he's not masking with that deyo, as we all know that Tzefardeh is a frog. I can bring a raya when the Midrash says that all the behemoths from the Orb did not die, they went away. Why didn't they die? Rashi brings down that they should not be able to be nehena from the skins of the animals. By Tzefardeh they died because it stunk the place. But we know that the skins of crocodile, alligators, are very expensive. So Kohoch cannot be a crocodile. Tzefardeh means a frog. And from the Makas Tzefardeh we gain the midah of Mesiras Nefesh, Baruch Shem Kivoet Malchuso Le'olam Voet.